X&B Sports here, and today we're going to do two prediction videos. We're going to do Tennessee Volunteers and Alabama Crimson Tide. And what I'm going to do, them in parts. I'm going to do two SEC teams a video. So today I'll do Tennessee, Alabama. Tomorrow, or the next day, I'll do Ole Miss and Arkansas. You know, that's how I'm going to do it from here on out. Each conference too. So let's get to it. Tennessee, first off, they play Charlotte. You should get the win. You're 1-0. Then play at Oklahoma. They got Spencer Rattler. We don't know how he's really going to play, but it's at Oklahoma. You lose. You're 1-1. Then you play Furman. It's at home. Furman, SoCon team. Not very good. You should get the win there. You're 2-1. Then you play Florida Gators. The thing about Tennessee, you got three or four tough games. You play out on the road at Oklahoma, and then you play Florida, and then you play Alabama, and then you play at Georgia. Those are four tough games right there. Do I think you can beat Florida? Yeah, I do. They got Kyle Trask, Jack Russell. Out of those four games, I think you beat Florida. I think you can beat Florida. And then you play Missouri at home. They got Kelly Bryant. You should have no trouble. Missouri is a 5-7, 6-6, 7-5 kind of team. You should win that game. Then you play at South Carolina. They beat Georgia last year. I think it was luck. Do I think they could beat you? No, I think you beat South Carolina too. And then you play Alabama. You lose. You don't beat Alabama. You lose that game. Then play at Arkansas. Arkansas is the worst team in the SEC probably. Don't play anybody. Well, yeah, they do play people at SEC, of course, but they lost to San Jose State. That you win that game. I think you do win. Then Kentucky. Kentucky is a coin flip. You can go either way here. I don't know. It's Kentucky. You can go 7-5 one year, and then next year they go 10-2. But I think you lose. I think they beat you. I think Kentucky does beat you. Then you play at Georgia. That's another loss. They got JT Daniels. Then they got the one quarterback and Julian Newman. Two good quarterbacks right there. I think they'll do something this year. I think you lose. And then you play Troy. Troy's a sneaky team with the Sun Belt, but I think you do get the win there. And then you play your last game, your rivalry game. Play at Vanderbilt. You should beat Vanderbilt pretty easily. This Vanderbilt, they've not done good since God knows when. So I got you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go 8-4. 8-4. That's pretty good. That disappointing year for Tennessee. No, after what happened last year, yeah, I know they was on the 6 or 7 game win streak at the end of the year, being in on the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl or whatever it is. But I think this year you go 8-4. I think you do improve. You'd be good if you beat one of those four teams. I think you'd be doing really good. But if you lose, your season could go downhill. Like say you lose to Oklahoma and lose to Florida, I don't think you're beating Alabama and Georgia. So you're 0-4 in those games. That's 4 losses. Plus the Kentucky, that's 7-5. So you lose Kentucky, that's not very good. You need to beat Kentucky. If you want to win the SEC, obviously you got to win every one of these games. Just how you play, because you play Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and then Oklahoma. Oklahoma. It's not a conference game, but it'll be good to win. But you go 8-4. Do I think you win the SEC? No, I don't. Could you win the SEC? Yeah, but like I said earlier, you got to win. You got to go 12-0. So that's you're 8-4. You make a good bowl game. Yeah, you will. We'll just see how it goes from there. So, all right, next team we're gonna do Alabama Crimson Tide. Yeah, last year they went 10-2. Very disappointing. After years of seeing 13 or 14-0, 12-0, 12-0 in regular season. Ever since playoffs starts, you go 13-0 and then championship 14-0. You can go up to 15-0. So after that, last year was very disappointing. You obviously played Michigan in the Circus Bowl or whatever. Nobody really cares what kind of bowl it is, but you got the win there. And so, first game this year, you play USC and neutral side AT&T Stadium, Arlington, Texas. USC Power 5, the Power 5, Pac-12. Lost JT Daniels, obviously. I think you win. You are 1-0. You get the win. Then you play Georgia State. That's obviously Georgia State. 2-0. You should have no trouble. Yeah, Georgia State did beat Tennessee last year. Tennessee. And they lost to BYU, but get off the tracks there. But you do beat Georgia State. You're 2-0. Then you play Georgia. Excuse me. You are at home. They always say, "Oh, we can't lose at Alabama. We can't lose at home." You don't lose many games at home, but I think Georgia with JT Daniels and Julian Newman, and the biggest thing with Alabama is their coaching, or not coaching. They got Nick Saban, of course, but quarterback position. We know who it is, but are they going to be good enough to finish the season? I think you lose to Georgia. I really do. I think you start out 2-1, you lose to Georgia. Then you play Kent State, obviously. That's a win. A MAC team, not a very bad MAC team, but you get to win. You're 3-1. Then you play at Ole Miss. I think you win the game. You win the game, but they got Lane Kiffin, knows Nick Saban very well, knows you very well. I think a couple of years down the road that the game will get tougher and tougher. But it is at Ole Miss this year. I'm guessing probably 3:30 CBS kind of deal. SEC game of the week. But you do win. You're at 4-1. Then you play at Arkansas. Like I said earlier with Tennessee, worst team in the SEC. You get the win there. You're 5-1. Then you play Mississippi State. Mississippi State, you should win. Yeah, I think you will win. You're 6-1. Then you play at Tennessee. I think this will be a big game. It will be a big game for Tennessee. Like I said, with Tennessee, I don't think they can beat you, so I think you will win that game. But the thing is about Tennessee is they got 4 big games. Like I said, Georgia, Oklahoma, Florida, Alabama. They win one of those games, they'll be doing pretty good. If they lose if they lose to Florida, and I know they'll lose to Oklahoma, they'll lose to Georgia, and they'll lose to Alabama. That could be a real bad year for Tennessee. Real bad year. But at Tennessee, you get to win. Then you got a bye week on Halloween. Don't play on Halloween. Kind of sucks, Halloween, big pump. But after Halloween, you play at LSU. LSU was really good, obviously, last year, 15-0. Had no trouble with nobody. I think you beat them this year. I think you get your revenge. And then you play UT Martin Cyhawks. Cyhawks, yeah, wow. Funny name. UT Martin, anyways, you get the win there. That's no trouble. And then you play Texas A&M. Texas A&M and Auburn, you both get them at home, but this is 2 good games right here that they could you could lose one of those. But I think you beat Texas A&M now right here. I think you lose to Auburn. They got Bo Nix. I think he did pretty good last year, especially in the Auburn game. He threw up that ridiculous pass, threw it up, and should have never threw it. But I think he just got lucky that the receiver caught it. But I think he'll get better this year, and I do think they can beat you again. So I got you 10-2 like he was last year. SEC game. Possibility. yay or nay on that one. But if you do lose to Georgia and you lose to Auburn, you will not make playoffs. If you lose one, you'd have a hard time. If you lose one of those games, you're going to have to win the SEC championship game to make the playoffs. Yeah, you could go 12-0 like always, but I got you losing Georgia and Auburn. Like again, it'd be a good bowl game. I don't know if it'd be New Year's Six or not, but I hope you play somebody other than Michigan. Alabama fans, I hate you. I hate Alabama. I hate Alabama in general. To be honest with you, I'd like for them to go 0-12, but that's not gonna happen because they got Nick Saban and yada yada. But got you going 10-2. Good bowl game. I don't know if you make the SEC championship, depending on how good Auburn does. If Auburn and Alabama, that game could go down. I mean, that could be the winner of that one goes to the SEC championship game to play. Obviously, Georgia, not unless Florida does good. Big expectations for Florida. I've looked at their schedule. I'm probably going to might do those next to look at them real good and talk about them. And that Georgia and Florida, that probably be the two that decides the East, not unless Tennessee does something. I don't see them doing something. I don't see them doing nothing very, very big this year. But I got them going 8-4, and I got you, Alabama, going 10-2. So yeah, and I'm just now getting started on this YouTube. If you have not, like and subscribe my channel, comment. If you comment a team, I'll do it for you. But to share the video, get me out there. I was just now starting this. I like to do good. So yeah, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe.